You think you know me? Say I'm as cold-hearted as they come. You think I'm slowly cutting my ties with you, that I'm done. Here's what you don't know. Feelings, they grow slow. I've just been caring for mine. Now I can feel it. Now I believe it. Baby, tonight is the night. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up yet on you. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, in the name of love. It's easy, yeah. Falling in love, well, maybe for you. I think it's crazy, oh no. But I'll be damned if I'm not a fool. Here's what you don't know. Feelings, they go slow. I've just been caring for mine. Now I can feel it. Now I believe it. Baby, tonight is the night. In the name of love, in the name of love. In the name of love, in the name of love. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up yet on you. You think you know me? Say I'm as cold-hearted as they come. You think I'm slowly, no, 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 cutting my ties with you, that I'm done. But I'm not done with you. But I'm not done with you. I'm gonna call you up in the name of love. Gonna call you up and tell you that I'm not giving up. In the name of love, I'm not giving up yet on you. In the
G'day, ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard and the dirtiest slews that I ever came across on the internet. Hello and welcome back to our world adventure here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This evening we are doing leg 91, going here from Cuiaba to Corumba, which is in Bolivia, and is the gateway to the world's biggest wetlands, of which we will actually be flying over on this evening's flight, thanks to Calling Pigeon's amazing scouting. I thought we were sort of going over it with my original flight plan. Turns out we won't, or we weren't. Turns out Bing Maps is shit in that particular area anyway, and that's how we sort of... Anyway, it's all sorted, and now we're going to fly actually across that world's biggest wetlands, which is, I believe, the Pantanal? Or the Patanal? Something like that. Anyway, very, very, very many different languages being spoken in chat this evening. So I will translate what I can and what Google allows me to translate from what was written in the chat previously. Unfortunately, Google doesn't do very well with South Korean, so yeah, that's a little bit annoying. So, I have no idea what William or David said to begin with, but Wes says if I could turn back time, if I could find the way. Sure, Wes, no worries. Okay. That's an interesting way to introduce yourself into the stream. Black Evo says slews welcome a bunch of, but in Arabic. So, I mean, whatever. Oh, this is gonna be fiddly as a fuck. As I suspected, Google doesn't do very well with Hindi either. Mainly because it doesn't recognize all the characters, because I'm using Australian Google. And it doesn't do very well with Thai either. This is going well so far. This is going well so far. Fozzie says, Bryce La Ladyboy. Wow, Fozzie, did you just like put a thingamajiggy above the la to make it sound like it's from another country? Because that was a bit shit, mate. And then he says, I am a woman in Zulu. Thanks, Fozzie. Oh, far out. And then in Hebrew, Fozzie says, Lady in peace, everyone Bryce is. Correct. That is correct. And then I don't actually need to translate the next one. Ciao a tutti, Bryce a ladyboy. That is Italian, and that means that you're calling me a ladyboy. You know what? Spingi cazzo. Spingi cazzo. A puffan cule. Come at me, Fozzie, in the Italian. I will swear at you for days in ways you won't understand. Oh. Yep, again, characters, and Google has a complete meltdown. I'm starting to get a general vibe of what all these messages say, though. David's starting to put messages in Irish Gaelic, and it says, I am a dirty hoe. Thank you very much, David. Okay. It's descended into absolute ridiculousness. Because David's next message after I'm a dirty hoe was Fozzie has a huge cock. Oh, What have I got myself into with this? Alright, nearly through all the messages. I figure we may as well do them all just for the lols. What the? That next one that David said is Big Jack has a big cock that tickles his mouth. Okay. I mean, David, whatever floats your boat, mate. Really. Far out. And then Fozzie says David is a slutty dumbass in Russian. Okay. And then something about from Wes telling me that I'm a prostitute of some sort. Anyway. Anyway, that was interesting. Very, very interesting. All right.
What I like to do to her? Something I call a dirty fuzzy.
My God, there's more dog toys under my desk right now than there is shoes. Okay. David, shut up or I'm going to fucking time you out. Yeah, look, no, so Black Evo, the MSA is 2,000 basically until we get to the airport. The airport itself is at like 4,000 feet. And the surrounding area of the airport is about 4,500, according to Little Nav Map. So we can basically hang out at 2,000 the whole way across until we're basically almost at the airport, and then we can go from there. Okay, so anyway, hello to David, to Calling Pigeon, to Fozzie, to Leonard Rapier, to William, to Sean, to Black Evo, to Jesse. Shut up, Jesse. Otherwise you'll be next. To Metas, to Vruden, to Brett Plays. I think that's everyone. It is. Hello and welcome, guys. I hope you are all doing well, legends. Welcome to the stream. I did enjoy that translation of various languages, but bloody hell, that's time consuming, so don't ever do that again, eh? To me, bruv, come. What? Just because the others are speaking a different language, Jesse. Huh? Well, then what the hell is my little nav map telling me? Literally, it says the surrounding MSA for Corumba International Airport in Bolivia is 4,500 feet. Anyway, the MSA could be 4,500, the MSA could be 2,000. It just comes down to who's prepared to take a risk at 2,000 and who's going to go to 4,500. That's basically just play a game of chicken with the mountains and see what happens. Alright, so we have a started aircraft. The weather is absolutely fantastic as usual. Thank you very much, Brazil, for always putting on a weather-based show. You've been baking. Baking or baking? So anyway, for the first part, I'm going to actually try and stay under the clouds here. So for the first part of the flight, I am going to go to the MSA of 2,000. And then we will, you know, figure it out as we go, which is always recommended in the world of aviation. Oh, no, don't worry, mate. We'll just figure it out as we go. All good. Is the famous last words spoken by many pilots before they crash. So the wind is at 1 knot, so it doesn't matter which runway we take off from. So based on that, I am literally going to just now move forward, find the shortest possible distance to a runway, and then I'm going to use that runway because, well, I guess I could always do a Harrison Ford and use the taxiway. But no, I won't. I will elect to use a runway. Ah, I see, Black Evo, I see. Alright, so the MSA may in fact actually be 2,000, but I'm going to leave it at 4,500 just for safety purposes. Not that anyone in this stream is probably concerned about safety purposes, but whatever. It's very interesting taxiing out here at Cuiaba. I was able to say it all night last night, no problem, and then today it's just like, nope, you can't see that anymore. But having a Qantas A320 on the ground here is different. Very, very different. Going back to GTA. Oh, so has Rockstar made it work again, have they, Jesse? Because last time I checked yesterday evening, it's still no longer, or it still wasn't a thing. But if you're free after the stream, Jesse, I think we might be heading back for some Horizon 5 screwing around stuff. So feel free, I'll chuck you a message if you'd like. It's about a 2-hour flight that we've got ahead of us, so about 1:30 in the morning. Yep, that's plenty of runway over there for me to get this DA40 off. So let us depart here for Corumba. A bit of a messy start to the stream this time round, thanks to the fact that everybody was speaking 400 different languages. Okay, that 1-knot wind has now become a 10-knot headwind, so that's interesting how that changed that quickly. You can barely speak one? Barely speak one what, Garwin? If you're referring to the fact that I can barely speak, the answer to that is yes, absolutely, I'm very aware. G'day Garwin, welcome to the stream there, mate. Hope you are doing well. I don't know if you're jumping in to fly or... Language, and I am not great at the one. Ah! I see what you mean. You're not very good at speaking only one language, let alone multiple. I see what you're getting at. Yeah, same problem, Garland. I can throw a bit of Italian swear words at you, but that's about it. Alright, so the location that we will be flying over, which is the Pantanal, it is a natural region encompassing the world's largest tropical wetland area and the world's largest flooded grasslands. It is located mostly within the Brazilian state of Mato Grosso do Sul, but it extends into Mato Grosso, and portions of Bolivia and Paraguay. It covers an area of 195,000 square kilometers, or 75,000 square miles. And various sub-regional ecosystems exist within the Pantanal, each with distinct hydrological, geological, and ecological characteristics. Up to 12 of them have been defined so far. So they're still trying to define some of the things that are located within this particular area. It'll be interesting to see how Bing Maps and the Sim depicts the Pantanal in perspective from the air. Just because it is quite a remote location in the world, and we know sometimes Bing Maps with remote locations is a bit, you know, not great. Not great. Not a problem, Garwin. All good. Make sure the breakfast is delicious, won't you? So there you go. The park you live in is 3,125 square miles, and the Pantanal is 75,000 square miles. So that's just what, like... Where's my calculator? So... Silly calculator. So it is 24 times the size of the park area that you live in, there, Garland. Black Evo's autopilot is having a conniption, which is not a fantastic scenario. Yeah. And Brett Plays is typing upside down, which is just going to give me a really sore neck if I keep trying to read his messages. Although he does say, yeah, I get my words mixed upside two. Upside two. You get your words mixed upside two. You don't get your sentences or constructed properly either, judging by that. Well, it just knows that the departure airport had a scenery add-on, like Evo, so it's just like, oh, that was so good, I want to see it again. Even though I saw it yesterday as well when I landed, I'd like to see it 3 times. Oh, that's better, Garwin. Fat Figners? Yeah, I hate Fat Figners as well. The bottom of my drink bottle is see-through. Yes? What's your point, Wes? What is your point, Wes? I'm drinking milk tea, Thai milk tea that I made. This is how the rest of the world thinks Aussie's right. Can see it on stream when you drink. And I don't understand what your problem is. Why is it a problem that you can see that I'm drinking on stream? Am I missing something here? It goes clear. I'm looking at the Streamlabs right now that has the green screen. I can see it. No problem. See? And now it's gone, and now it's there, and now it's gone. Yeah, so I understand that sometimes the green screen makes it disappear and sometimes it shows up. It's been that way whenever I've had a drink on stream. That's why I'm so confused as to why it's being brought to my attention now. I thought I was missing something, like there was a problem or something like that. That's all. Hey, Sean! G'day, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing very well. God, talk about knowing how to confuse me, guys. First you started with 75 different languages, then making me think there's something wrong with my green screen and all that. Like, what's next? I should wear a green balaclava just so it's my glasses just showing up and my hair. I'm a grumpy one, confused, must be in grandpa mode, need to turn my hose hearing aid up. So there's two issues there, Wes. Firstly, I don't have any hose, and secondly, if I did, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be wearing a hearing aid. However, as you are saying that I'm in grandpa mode, maybe I do have hearing aid wearing grandma hose. I don't know. No, it's too late to correct yourself now, Wes, after I've just said all those things. You can't then just be like, oh, I meant his. You did your dash, and you said what you said. In fact, just to make sure of it, that's mildly creepy, so I'm going to have to remove that one as well. Is that Fozzie that I'm about to be flying over? Oh, he's in the Navy. In the Navy. I won't continue any further with that song because it can be construed in so many different ways, shapes and forms. Garwin says his new gaming headset should be here by the 18th, which is still 2 days away, Garwin. That is great news, actually. It really is. You can sail the 7 seas? Yeah, sure. That's what we were going to... that was going to be my next line to the song. Absolutely. This is weird. I'm about to fly over Black Evo as well. Usually these Grumman Widgeons are significantly quicker than my little DA40. I wonder what's different about today, unless Black and Fozzie are just taking their time and nice and chill, and I don't know. Also, so as I did actually mention in yesterday's stream, there is going to be a Christmas-based stream in the week leading up to Christmas that will not be based around this world trip, as well as obviously doing a flight that on that particular. I haven't set the date yet. I know the route that I'm going to choose. I know the aircrafts and stuff like that we're going to be focusing on using. But also the reason I'm bringing this up is because during that stream, I will actually be providing those who've done more, gone beyond what I ever thought people would in relation to helping me within the channel as well. So if you do have anyone that you, in particular, that you would like to potentially nominate that I'm not obviously aware of, I mean, I'm not going to go and oust these people on stream or whatever. I've already got 3 or 4 people in mind in particular who have gone above and beyond anything I could ever imagine when it comes to assistance with the channel, and I'd like to recognize that in that stream. So A, if you have any ideas for what to potentially do for those people, and B, if you want to potentially nominate anyone that I may not have already thought of, please do just drop me a message in Discord and we'll have a conversation about that kind of thing. But I just want to make sure that they get some recognition for the amount of effort that they've put into helping me, you know, make the channel a better experience for all of you kind of thing. Because this is not something, obviously, that it's... The more I do this and the more things I add to the channel, the more I realize that YouTube channels are not something that you do on your own. You need assistance from those within your community, and it makes things so much better when you allow more than one heads to come together and brainstorm and, you know, work on things behind the scenes, kind of, if that makes sense. So going things like turboed my DA40.
You know what Daddy likes.
That would be cool. William says, have you thought about using more of a real set instead of a green screen in the future? William, when I have enough money to own my own house,
I like to do to her something I call a dirty fuzzy.
I have no doubt in this world that I will have a space, whether it be a room in the house or whether it be a purpose-built shed that I put together somewhere in the backyard. I have no doubt that I will have a proper set where I will no longer need to use a green screen. But right now, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, because it's not unfortunate, but right now, this is the best of the situation that is currently a thing. So yes, absolutely, I do have plans to end up with a new set at some point. Just the question is whether that's next year, 2023, 2024, or potentially even longer after that. I don't know. I'm hoping it's 2023, 2024. I could just use a corner of an existing room. Doesn't have to be extravagant. Yeah, exactly, David. I'm gonna do that.
Hello?
Actually, Dave, I might just quickly drop you a message in Discord. 2 seconds. Sorry, guys. You're just going to hear the tap, tap, tappity tap of the keyboard. Actually, Vruden, yeah, that's a good point. I could actually do that, couldn't I? Not a bad idea at all. Because I use, like, so my virtual green screen is provided by Zoom. Like, by having a Zoom call with just me, myself, and I in the background. It's very well documented on the internet how you do it. But I could actually try and find a studio setup background green screen, or like I could change my green screen depending on what I'm streaming, kind of thing. Actually, that's not a bad idea at all, Vruden. I might actually look into that. That is really simple to find and implement and turn into a thing. So thank you. I will definitely make use of that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, background view of the inside of a plane, and then if I'm streaming Forza, I can have like a pit lane behind me or something, and then if streaming GTA, I can have a criminal behind me, a car that's on fire behind me, the American flag. Hey, Stu is here. G'day, Stu, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing absolutely awesome there, bro. I should, it shouldn't actually be that hard to... I was just saying it shouldn't be difficult, but like my brain is sort of now ticking on the whole... It actually shouldn't be difficult to make this a thing at all. So if I go... Yeah! Oh, that's easy! Okay, yeah, all those green screens are easily accessible. Do it on the fly. So the only problem with that is it'll make the stream buffer if I do that, because I need to shut down Streamlabs, I need to shut down the Zoom call, change the green screen picture, restart the Zoom call, restart Streamlabs, and restart the stream. So for a 2-hour flight, it's probably not worth doing that to... sort of make that a thing. If it was a flight like last night where we're up in the air for so long, yeah, sure, absolutely, do it on the fly, why not? But yeah. Yeah, so Wes, it would still be a green screen, and I would still be like I am right now, sort of just sitting in the corner. Except it wouldn't just, like, surrounding me and only me would be the picture I sort of decide on whether that's a cockpit or a pit lane or, you know, depending on what I'm streaming, etc., etc. That's all. Hey, Schmicko, mate, thank you very much for the subscription. Absolute legend. Cheers. And welcome to the stream as well. Now, another question that I didn't have my virtual flight transmitter connected, and I'm surprised nobody went, hey, dickhead. Yeah, kind of, Wes, kind of, except instead of being on me, just behind me. Hey, GC Bounds. Hello again, just wanted to pop in and say hi, bye, because I got to go to school. Mate, not a problem. Have a good one at school, well, as good as you possibly can, and don't work too hard, but don't be too slack either. Work hard, work smarter, not harder, if you know what I mean. William says, so you're using a Zoom call as part of this setup? So yes, basically to make a virtual green screen, you set up a Zoom call with a green screen in the background of your Zoom call, and then you make Streamlabs, instead of making it recognize a webcam, make it recognize a window source, so another window on the computer, and then you adjust it to the size of a webcam, and it's like you've got a green screen, except it's all being done by virtual colorization within the Zoom call itself. It sounds complex as hell. It literally took me 3 minutes to set it up. It was nuts. Can my GPU handle it? Well, I guess, Wes, we can always find that out, can't we? Zoom. There you go, Stu. Does that elaborate further for you? Gowan says he's off for breakfast with the folks. Hope he's still flying when I get back. Well, Garwin, I don't know how I screwed that one up. You're two very different people. Garwin, if you're not flying, there's some really nice wetlands that we're going to be flying over, so you're going to have a nice soft crash anyway. So OBS can handle that itself, Will. However, to make that a thing, you need to have like a green screen behind you. And I did have that. And because a green screen uses a lot of GPU resources, like an actual green screen, whilst it is a more professional setup and you don't get the weird fading in and outs and stuff like I do when I move my hands around and, you know, drink from bottles and stuff like that, you don't get that with a normal green screen. Because it was so GPU intensive, and because Microsoft Flight Simulator is so GPU intensive, and because my GPU is you know, it's a good, it's not great, it's not amazing, it's just a good graphics card. Having the flight sim and OBS doing the stream and trying to run the green screen at the same time would cause continuous driver crashes of my GPU. So the way I fix that is by doing a virtual one, because literally the only background process is a Zoom call. But I do still have that green screen, so if in the future as well, if I end up in a, you know, a bit more of a purpose-built location or whatever for the studio setup, I will re-implement the green screen, and by then I will have a different graphics card as well, and I'll be able to have the best of everything kind of scenario. So, if I'm not mistaken, before we actually did fly, yeah, so that airport, SESC Pantanal, I believe, signifies the start of the Pantanal wetlands. So that is what we are currently flying over. I don't think we're flying over the actual main wetlands part of it. We're flying over the outer areas at the moment. Wes, be careful, I'm coming in from the rear. There we go. Sorry, Wes, I just saw your comment. You'd probably find that it would be okay. Bruton says, my wife said when they tried the BG in Zoom meetings, it seemed to suck up a lot of bandwidth. Yeah, so, Bruton, if I had an actual legitimate Zoom call going with other people right now, this stream would be buffering. But because it's a Zoom call that's just me, myself, and I, and nobody else can access, it's literally just a local network Zoom call, almost like a webcam test kind of thing. It doesn't actually suck up any bandwidth because it's not transmitting it to anywhere other than just my computer or just my local area network within my house. It's always nice to get a heads up when someone is coming in from the rear. I mean, it is, Bruden. It very much is. How much geography and culture we learn from flying around the world. And, I mean, well, it's not far off now that we're actually going to be able to fly around the world. In some countries you already can, but I mean the world as a whole, it's not actually that much longer now until everybody's going to sort of be able to fly everywhere again in real life. And that's going to be amazing. Like, I'm already looking at a trip to Adelaide in January because, I mean, why not? And yeah, Gowan. So Gowan says, I do enjoy the education we get from these flights. It is a great extra. So I also end up educating myself with these flights, and as you can see, Calling Pigeon also ends up educating me and the rest of you, because I just usually go in and find basics about our departure location, our destination location, and anything sort of in between that we traverse over that is well documented. Now, for some reason, when I planned this flight plan, there was no mention of the Pantanal. It just sort of stated something about you would be flying over some wetlands. And that's where, you know, the amazing work from Calling Pigeon comes in, and the fact that he was not only able to realise that there was wetlands, he was able to realise we needed to change our waypoints ever so slightly to make sure that we got the best possible experience. I didn't know that, so even I'm being educated as well. Even midstream, like sometimes I will literally see things on little nav map or whatever and be like, hey, that's a major city, or that's, you know, a major airport, or that's a, you know, that looks cool. And I'll find the nearest airport code or nearest city on little nav map and type it into Google and be like, hey, you know, this is this and this is that. It's mind-boggling. Oh, your grandmother was born in Adelaide, William. Now that's awesome, yeah. Black Evo says he flew passengers for the first time in 12 months this week. Yeah, you did. Glenelg Jetty Strike. Oh, Glenelg. Lovely part of Adelaide there, William. Absolutely awesome part of Adelaide. Hey, Philip Smith is here. G'day, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing fantastically. Wes says, wait, what, when? Nothing's booked yet, Wes. Nothing's booked. Well, at least on my behalf. I'm pretty sure my sister's already booked a week in Adelaide from the 19th to the 26th. Or something around that time. In that last fortnight of January. I know she's booked 7 days or 8 days in Adelaide. So it'll be sometime in the second half of January that I'm in Adelaide. Very likely. I mean, I don't know this for certain, and Wes will probably be able to give me more information about this, William, but as far as I know, Adelaide has always been quite a lovely location because despite the fact that it's a city of, I think it's close to 2 million people now live in Adelaide, it's managed to maintain its sort of remote country feel and atmosphere and vibe. You know, there's not this situation of everybody's in a rush to go everywhere. Shopping centres still close at 5 p.m. and in some places 4 p.m. on a Sunday. Certain shops don't open on Sundays, certain shops don't open on Saturdays. You know, everybody's very much more about their lifestyle and less about go, 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 go. I need 75 short black lattes to get through my day. That doesn't seem to be a thing as much there as it does, say, in Melbourne or Sydney. Okay, Wes, no worries. Sounds good, mate. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to fly or drive. It just comes down to how expensive it costs or how expensive it is to hire a car. That will be the determining factor in that one. You see, the problem is, Dave, because you are also a Victorian like myself, is that if you go to Adelaide, you may not come home. Because it's got all the good things that Victoria and Melbourne's got, but it's got the country atmosphere of like regional Vic as well. So just keep that in mind. If you do go to Adelaide, you may decide to never come back. It is a genuine problem. The other reason why I'd be potentially tempted to drive is the fact, well, there's a couple of reasons. A, doggo. I don't really want to put doggo on a plane. And I don't really want to pay to put her in a, you know, babysit kennel situation as well, kind of thing, because that shit's expensive. Reason number 2, can go down the Great Ocean Road, can go down Warrnambool and Portland and all that part of the area, the Otway National Park, of which the British other half has seen none of at all, ever. The third thing being, can stay overnight, you know, take 2 days to drive there, really break it up, and stay in like Mount Gambier and go see Mount Gambier, which is a place I haven't been to. So as you can see, already the advantages to driving are starting to add up very quickly, but I quite like going on a plane, and I haven't done that for a while because of COVID, so, you know, probably going to end up being the more expensive version, but it's just sort of like, do I want to fly? Do I want to get on a plane? Or do I want to get on a plane when I'm in Adelaide and do some day trips to, you know, nearby locations, like head over to Port Lincoln for the day or whatever. Jump on the early morning flight, head over to Port Lincoln, do stuff in Port Lincoln for the day, jump on the last flight of the day, come back to Adelaide. Kangaroo Island, because anyway, the brain is sort of like, how do I want to operate this? In your old 5-litre V8 Statesman, you did Melbourne to Adelaide in one sitting and one tank of gas. So, Black Evo, in any other normal situation, I would go straight to Adelaide. I'd do it in one day, no problem. I've done it before. But I just see an opportunity here to potentially, on the way or on the way back, enjoy the Great Ocean Road and stuff like that. That's all. And then there's Birragura, just outside of Otway as well, which has probably one of Australia's best restaurants there as well. You know, maybe is it worth, you know, making a stop there as well? Those are the kind of things that are going through my brain. You know, if I'm going to drive, what can I take advantage of? And if I'm going to fly, what can I take advantage of? Yeah. I want to do Kangaroo Island for that reason as well, Black Evo. And number two, the Kangaroo Island was absolutely devastated by the bushfires in 2019. So I would like to potentially try and put something back into their economy. But I'll probably end up staying, well, you see, the other thing is how long. That's the other thing I've got to, yeah. Hey, Sean Dale, mate, not a problem. All good, bro. All good. Yeah, exactly, Wes. That is the biggest issue. You know, obviously, I've done the Barossa quite heavily. But I've still got my select locations. I'd at least like to spend one day in the Barossa and just go back to the select locations that I really enjoyed, and maybe the one or two locations that I missed the last time that I was hoping to get to. So the Barossa's only going to be a day and a half out of the whole journey. Probably end up staying like down McLaren Vale way. And then, as you said, Coffin Bay and all those, I don't know. Hottest part of the year. That doesn't concern me, Wes. I've lived in Victoria for almost 29 years. I've experienced 48 degrees Celsius. I'll be fine. Sean says, my phone just popped up, you were starting. That's interesting, isn't it? Started an hour ago. I'd take that one up with YouTube, Sean. But, mate, hope you are doing relatively well. Brett. You're still in Forza Horizon 5 and the Willys Jeep now does 381 kilometers an hour. So if I'm not mistaken, Brett, I think David said it as well when we left Wes's Forza Horizon 5 stream. Once we landed in Corumba and all that. Those who are interested, we're probably going to head back in there. We're probably going to spend some time building some drift cars, testing them out, just having a general mess around with that sort of side of things. So please, if you do have the game and you have something you're interested in, feel free to come and join us in the Discord doing that as well. It won't be a late, at least for me, I'm only going to be in there for like an hour or two after the stream, and then I'm going to bed. Sean says, keep hydrated at 30 degrees, let alone 48. We're hardened people here in Australia. I don't know what that was. Don't leave. Sean Dale wishes that his Willy did 381 kilometers an hour. Sean, I'm hoping you're referring to your Jeep and not the other one, because, 381 kilometers an hour is going to cause some serious friction burn. Yeah. That was a terrible Aussie accent. Not sure how to respond to that one. You have caught on to the fact, Ruben, that I am Australian, right? Hey! Cheddar Bob is here. G'day, Chris, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. I see you've arrived over there in your P40. Welcome to the Pantanal Wetlands here in Mato Grosso do Sul in Brazil. Aussies would be embarrassed with that tone. Absolutely. My impression of an Aussie sounds much less Australian than my normal voice. Oh yeah, mate, how you going? You got a bit of money for the bus, mate? I'd go more Australian, but I'm pretty sure YouTube would shut down the stream at that point, because the choices of words that would be coming out of my mouth would be, yeah, like, worse than what this... I know these streams experience some inappropriate shit, but that would be next level. That's the right tone. Sean says, I'm still here. Internet went down. Now I am not sure if I am on the right server. Microsoft Flight Simulator won't change servers for some reason, and I don't want to restart. That's, yeah, a bit of an issue you've got there, Sean. You don't appear to be showing up on anywhere, so I'm not sure. Yeah, either way, it's not exactly a fantastic situation to be in. And Stu's had a crash to desktop. That's not fantastic, Stu. What were you flying, Stu? You're, I mean, probably one of your military jets, right? There is a, according to the little nav map, there is a large number of airports in this part of the world. Very, 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 very small airports. Probably all like grass strips or dirt strips or stuff like that. Oh, you're in the H145, Stu. Okay. Sean's going to restart. Yeah, unfortunately, Sean, that appears like it might be your only option, which is really annoying. I can understand that because the sim takes about 400 million years to do a restart. Now I've started yawning. Why have I started yawning? I slept well last night. I didn't stay up until sunrise. Don't ask. Alright, I'm going to be back in 2 seconds. I'm going to fix this yawning problem. I know exactly how to fix it. Yeah, absolutely, Josh. I saw you coming and I was like, oh, I need to quickly get away. Only kidding, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. Hope the coffee is kicking in the way it's meant to. I have no idea why I decided to just start doing the Macarena. Just whip. Watch me Nana. So I believe that Piratininga Airport is where we make our right-hand turn.
You know what I like to do to her? Something I call a dirty fuzzy.
But we're actually going to be starting to turn towards Corumba now. My little nav map just went completely white. Like blindingly white. Boogie Woogie Wizzy Woo. I've got an idea of what Boogie Woogie means, Sean, but could you, you know, give me a definition, demonstration, video of what the Wizzy Woo is? Is it a new dance move that the youngins are doing, or what's the... Oh, some interesting texturing occurring here in front of me. There's obviously, we're coming up to a point where the maps join. I'd say two separate maps are conjoining with each other. So I was under the impression yesterday, in yesterday's stream, that Flight Sim had already patched the Google Maps download add-on thingamajiggy where you could change your Bing Maps for Google Maps within the sim. However, I've had a few people tell me since that might not actually be the case. So am I hearing wrong, or is it do they actually mean to say that it's going to be patched when the next update is released? Because, I mean, if it's not going to be patched, I might do the changeover because, like, we all know that in more remote parts of the world, Google Maps is better than Bing Maps. Yeah, I can't remember who told me Josh, but somebody told me that they already patched it, or they're going to patch it with the next update, and you won't be able to use it because of legal issues or some crap about that. I don't know how much truth there is to it, or whether it's just, I don't know. But basically, obviously, seeing as the update for the sim is in like 36 to 48 hours, not going to obviously do anything until that is downloaded and installed and tested as stable. And it has destroyed some people's Microsoft Flight Simulator. I see. Although, Brett, I always have to, like, I've watched videos on how to install it. It's ridiculously simple, so I'm wondering if those people just didn't follow the instructions. William says, how do you graciously tell someone something they did sucks without pissing them off? I'm going to need a lot more context than that to be able to provide a decent response. Because there's a lot of ifs and buts and maybes. Oh, true, Brett, yeah. I don't know. Just something I've considered, but at the same time, there's so many meshes and scenery add-ons being released. Eventually, it's probably not going to matter that Bing is not as good as Google in remote areas. Because people will have already released sceneries for it anyway. No, it wasn't too big of a question, William. It just needed more context, because if it's something they've made, that's something very difficult to sort of, tell them that it sucks. You'd have to sort of word it as constructive feedback or criticism or, kind of thing. If it was something that they bought or, gave or whatever, I don't know. There's so many variables, in relation to what it is, who it is, why they did it, what's the occasion, is there an occasion, etc, 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 etc. Yes, they're absolutely worth it. 100%. 100% worth it. Everything from Orbex is worth it. No questions asked. Their stuff is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Sean says, I give up. CTD pilot turned up in seat again after it was fixed. Just flight. I'm going back to playing Pac-Man on my Commodore 64. That worked. Do you need to be on ultra settings with a 4K monitor to really appreciate it? Probably. But it doesn't stop me from buying them on my 1080 monitor with high settings. Because it still looks absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, like everything, yes, you probably do have to have the best of the best to really appreciate it. Yeah, and I think it's absolutely quite insane that Orbex has been able to release a mesh for the Himalayas, which other than the touristy areas surrounding Everest and all that, is obviously not the easiest location to get really high quality aerial imagery from. And they've managed to do that down to something ridiculous like 10 meters or something. And they're only charging 12 Australian dollars for it. It still blows my mind. Right, this song is coming off the playlist because it's literally sleep-inducing. So I'm pretty sure the New Zealand mesh is free. The Alaska one's cheap, and the Himalayas one they just released is $12. So you might be able to get all three, assuming you want to. Very true, Vernon. I did have a crash to desktop when I was skipping songs yesterday. That's why I'm only skipping one song. Oh, Iceland is free. I about gave you a heart attack with that. Yeah, well, I take no responsibility for your heart attacks, Vernon. Just putting it out there. Yep, that's actually a good way of putting it, Sean. I'm quite happy with my Mercedes. I don't really want a Rolls Royce. Too expensive to maintain. So does that mean that Iceland and New Zealand meshes are free? Maybe the New Zealand one isn't free. I may have lied to you there. It's alright, I'll just do the whole politician thing if I have lied to you. I don't recall. Although, Sean, it does make me laugh that you're comparing a Mercedes to a Rolls Royce, as if the Mercedes is the, you know, poor man's vehicle. No worries, Brett, let me know. Iceland is the only free mesh. I do apologise, Will. They all cost money except Iceland. Correct, Sean. Correct. I don't recall. Sorry, I don't recall. No, I don't recall. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Hey, being buzzed by the pigeon. Usually when a pigeon flies over you like that, it usually shits on you, so I'm surprised that there's no pigeon shit now on my aircraft. Jeez, Brett's living the high life. He's got a cigar. Orbex also has the entire South American continent as a free mesh also. Since when? How do I not know about this, seeing as we've only been flying in South America for the last 3 months or something? How did I manage to miss that? I feel like that's a pretty extreme oversight on my behalf, if that's a thing. Ah, it's for FSX and prepared, is it? Right. Okay. I was going to say, how the bloody hell did I miss that? Otherwise I would have been like, alright guys, we're all back off to Venezuela. We're starting South America again. You know, we're going to do it all with the right mesh and all that below us this time. I must say, this Pantanal is quite cool to look at, but having looked at it on Google Maps, it's nowhere near as good as Google Maps' depiction is, that's for sure. Haven't seen a South American mesh? Okay, cool, that's... What the hell was that? Was that a graphics glitch or was that lightning? Okay, it's lightning. I was like, just because I can't hear any lightning or thunder from the sim, I'm just very confused when I see flashes of light and stuff. I'm aware of the fact that we are flying through a thunderstorm, and I should probably just have the expectation of that. Okay, I'm not the only one who thought that was some funky lightning. Cool. Lightning was too much power for my AMD GPU. Shh, Sean, don't say that too loud because it might actually be a thing. Really? Only 25 minutes to destination? Oh, okay. Yeah, I better do some fuel transfer work then, so I'm not stuck with an aircraft that's lopsided when I'm trying to come in like I was yesterday, because that was not an ideal scenario to be in. Got flashbanged a few times this flight. Geez, these 2-hour flights just seem so short. It's like, I'll say from my perspective anyway, these 2-hour flights seem incredibly short. And then like last night where I did the 4-hour flight seems incredibly long. I mean, I understand that what I've just said is, yes, that's because it's double the amount of time, but you can probably see what I'm saying. It's just like 2 hours just disappears, but when you do a 4-hour stream, it starts to, you know, like, whoa, okay, that's what, you know, we're only 2.5 hours in, what's going on sort of thing. A building. Where the hell are you seeing a building, Vroom? Out here in the Pantanal swamplands. If somebody's built a house out here, they're going to have some serious structural issues very, very, very quickly. You only whispered it on text chat. Not a problem, Sean. It shouldn't have heard it then. That's all good, mate. Rebuilding. I get the feeling that might be a graphics related glitch. My spidey sense is tingling and it tells me that nobody's building any buildings out here. Maybe they're just like huts or something for like local tribes or whatever, and Black Shark AI hasn't quite been able to depict that correctly, so it's just put buildings. I don't know. Hours. You removed the message before I got a chance to read it. No worries, Brett, mate. All good. Catch you later there. Have a good one. Just make sure you look after yourself. And yeah. Don't do anyone I wouldn't do. Our destination of Corumba International, it's an international airport, but the runway is only 5,000 foot long, so it must be a bit of a scenario of like, it's an international airport because of its close proximity to Brazil and Paraguay, and Peru and Chile and all those sorts of places. And it obviously gets service from those locations, but that's the only reason I can think of that it would be called an international airport. Let's have a look at Corumba and Corumba Airport as well. Oh, I thought this... Okay. So, Corumba is actually in Brazil. Oh, fuck's sake. Right, so we're not even going to Bolivia. We're still in Brazil. Anyway, it's got 112,000 people, and the economy is based on agriculture, animal husbandry, mineral extraction, and tourism, whilst being the gateway to the biggest wetlands of the world. Due to its border with Bolivia, Bolivians and Brazil constitute a significant portion of the city's population. Okay. So, Corumba International Airport connects it to many Brazilian cities and also operates some international flights. So, let's have a look-see. I feel like that sentence is full of shit because it just literally says that the only company that flies there is Azul Brazilian from Benito and Campinas. And I would say that is because 20 kilometers away is Puerto Suarez International Airport. Which has a much more capable airport and apron and runway and all those things. There you go. Yeah, so runway 27 is our only option. That is correct. Black Evo. Airport diversion flight plan amendment. No. We still want to go to Corumba. I just was under the impression it was in Bolivia. It's right on the border of Brazil and Bolivia. No, it's all good, it's all good. This is definitely the airport I wanted to go to. I just thought it was in Bolivia. So we are exactly 40 nautical miles out of the airport. We're also obviously in a slightly better photo area here of the Pantanal. It actually looks a little bit more like a wetlands now below us. And I'd say that's got a lot to do with the fact that we are getting closer to a slightly more major part of the world again. We've obviously just flown over an area of the world that has absolutely no population and is just literally an animal habitat wetlands, and has obviously got a lot of tourism, but that's it. There you go, Sean. There you go. Lived in Scotland. I have no idea what accent that was, but it definitely wasn't Scottish. I think it was American, British, Canadian, Australian, all together in one. Some cool little airports though in here now. Like you've got Fazenda Ilha Verde, which is a small grass strip right here on the water. Now, what is the name of this water? It is the Rio Paraguay. So I'm assuming it's the river that goes to Paraguay. Oh, well, I didn't see your message, mate. While you sort out your countries, I'm taking off. Thanks for the fun live again. Not a problem, William. All good, mate. You look after yourself. And, sure, I'll catch you somewhere on somebody's stream in the relatively near future. A half-baked Canuck? Sure. I don't know. I'm feeling the music tonight. I'm feeling the vibe. What can I say? Drugs? No, Stu. No. Not before a stream, mate. I know I'm insane, but I'm not that insane. Oh, Sean. Whatever will we do with you? Whatever will we do with you? No, not allowed. Not allowed. Not allowed. Not allowed. I know it's a joke, but still not allowed. Bad boy. Bad boy. Anyone who ever tries that, Sean, would need to probably take out half of us who would be protecting you from something like that. Basically forming the... We'd basically be Trump's wall, but your own personal one. I can't see shit. I looked down for 2 seconds and now I just cannot see. We're back in the thick of the clouds. So because we're at 2,000 feet, we're already at approach height for the airport that we're heading to. So that's... Bloody hell, we're only 16 nautical miles. We are literally just over 5 minutes from landing. There you go. So we're still with the pack. So if anybody who hasn't landed does obviously want to be on drone, please do just slow it down or circle or wait for yourself to get down. Obviously I'm not going to be that long because, like, as I said, I'm literally 5 minutes from landing, so... You just see trees? I mean, yes. There's a lot of trees. Oh no. What's up, Josh? What happened? What did I miss? No, all good. We're all good. We're all good. I'm not having a problem. Can anyone else having any buffering issues? Stream was stuttering. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, we're all good. We're all good. I went sparring for a bit. That sort of sparring or this sort of sparring? What? And I actually haven't been listening to the lyrics of this song. What does this woman want to do, or want them to do, or want to be done, or how does she want to be done, or? Yeah, so Sean, I've been trying the idea of possibly doing 1080 streams and seeing how it goes. For this stream, just because, you know, I like to live dangerously. So it does mean might be the occasional stutter and weird thing, but it also means that you guys are going to potentially be able to get me in 1080. I just don't know how clear it is. That's the only problem.
Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go for it, cause I want you close. I'm so exposed when you're keeping me wondering. You know I'd do anything to be in.
Alright, so it is time to
So give me
put
a
the
sign.
fashion accessory on,
Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign.
and it is time to get into the pit.
Just give me one more talking to you, and here we go again. Staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here? I wanna go
Slippery
all-
airstrip.
So give me a sign.
Is that because it's wet, Sean, or?
I just wanna let you know I could go for this, no more tricks. We could take things slow. Say you think about it too. When the lights go out and there's no doubt that I should be with. That I should be. We've been on and off.
So at least we're not going to be landing here with a tailwind. We are going to have a very good crosswind, but no tailwind, which is a good thing.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going.
That is very strange, Sean.
Push me, then you pull me back in.
Yeah, I don't know why it would show up after the stuttering stage.
So give me a sign.
It's very wet. That's alright. Obviously somebody played with the clip. I mean, what?
Give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more talking to you, and here we go again. Staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here?
There's a building right on the glide path. Make sure I avoid it, unless I want to give the residents of that building the surprise of their life,
Give me a sign.
which I guess is an option.
Baby, give me a sign. Just give me a sign. Just give me a sign. Give me a sign. Just give me one more.
You know that I'ma keep it cool. With you, I feel like
Right, so it looks like Fozzie, Wes, Black Evo. Oh, I've missed my turn by looking the wrong way. So now we're going to do a really sharp turn above residential areas in a GA aircraft. That was probably not recommended. Too busy looking at who I'm going to be bringing in on the drone and not focusing on the flying side of things, which is, you know, probably not Jeez, I see what you mean about that building. Right on approach. Far out. And Garwin is back just in time to land. Good timing, Garwin. I'm about to pull off here and grab the drone and do some filming of the others. So you get to not only land, but you get to watch everybody else land under pressure. Under pressure. Push it down on me. Press it down on you. No matter.
Why don't we talk about this? Why don't you stay? Why don't we talk about this? With us it's all or nothing. Ooh, but guess I need more of you.
So we got Fozzie, we got Wes, we got Garwin, and Black Evo just landed, obviously. Whoops. You know what, Garwin? By the time Fozzie and Wes land, it's probably only going to be like 6 or so minutes out, so we'll definitely wait. In comes the War Bear, and he's grumming widgeon. Geez, you're going more and more off centre there, Fozzie. But nice landing there, good sir. Nice landing, nonetheless. Is Vruden just hovering? Yes, he is. Okay, cool. In comes Wes in the caravan. He's higher than Snoop Dogg on final. Nice, Wes. Nice. Stay on the runway, boy. Nice. Very good. Very good. Alrighty. Now we have Mr. in the long easy. Yeah, it does a little bit, doesn't it, Josh? You've got to get a little bit closer to realise that it's got the landing gear down as well. Vruden's just hovering around. Oh, we're in the grass. Well, I guess this is what it's like to be a snake. That's trippy. There's wind in the building. So did everybody have baked beans for breakfast, did they, Wes? No worries, Vruden, mate. Catch you later. Have a good one, good sir.
Tonight we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me?
Yeah, I'm not sure your co-pilot would appreciate that one, Mr. Evo. feeling I'm getting.
find a remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light, till the morning light, till the morning light, till the morning light, yeah. Till the morning light, till the morning light, till the morning light,
Yeah, Sean, I always like to, when we've had a couple of long streams in a row like we did, I always like to try and then throw a short one in. I feel like it breaks it up nicely.
with her. I can see that you miss me.
I could probably use some heartbreak to get moving. Tired of the way you let me down. You fill me up with broken promises, 'cause you never keep them. I'm so sick of
Oh,
the
somebody's
way
got a
you
pull.
let me down. So
Sean, you come and build some drift cars with us in Forza Horizon 5. I don't know. watch my stream. Watch one of my streams back and fly along. I have no idea.
I don't know which way I'm going.
Is 2 and a bit hours not enough of a fix of me?
Long as I don't have to stay with you. Fill me up with broken promises, 'cause you never keep them. I'm so sick of the way you let me down.
Put the gear up and push the throttle through the firewall. Gahan, you might need some maintenance when you get on the ground here at Corumba. If you put the throttle through the firewall. The Transport and Safety Bureau might have a few questions for you.
All my time. Oh, don't try. I don't like all the things you do. Mess with
Looking good so far, Garwin. High as... Fuck, you're even higher than Wes was. Wes was as high as Snoop Dogg. I'm pretty sure you're... Well, actually, is there anyone out in the world that's higher than Snoop Dogg? Probably not. Nicely done, Garwin. Nicely done. And just like that, and it feels like literally I started this stream 5 minutes ago, I'm not going to lie to you, but ladies and gentlemen, that does bring us to the end of leg number 91, and welcome to Corumba, right here on the border with Brazil and Bolivia. I'm glad I've got my countries right now, that's for sure. I hope you guys did enjoy the flight as much as I did. I do wish certain parts of the Pantanal were obviously much nicer scenery, but there's only so much we can do with the sim at this, relatively early stage for a flight simulator. It's only not even 18 months old style thing. So not everything's obviously been made perfect. But until the next stream, legends, ladies and gentlemen, the highest regard, the slews, all of you people, I'm aware that made absolutely no sense, but I'm going to go with it anyway. You make sure that you look after yourselves, stay safe, stay well, don't do anyone that I wouldn't do, and I will see you, legends, in the next stream. I'm hoping that this is not making everybody dizzy, because it's starting to have that effect on me. Also, can somebody rescue Garwin from the runway? He didn't put his landing gear down. Until next time, guys. Catch you later.
You know what I like to do to her? Something I call a dirty fuzzy.
Just gotta hold on tight, 'cause I know we will be alright, babe. You know that I will miss you if you leave, 'cause I love you for the rest of my life, babe. I wanna stay up all night with you. No games to play, just wanna stay up all night with you. I know that it won't be easy, maybe we're just too alike. With you.
You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah.